His representatives have already agreed personal terms with Manchester United. That's a really interesting one.
Well, Manchester United want to sign Branthwaite.
Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Everton's Jarrad Branthwaite, but there's a big question people are asking. Is Branthwaite worth the £70 million price tag that is being put on him for a summer move? And what's so good about him? We're going to take a closer look at Branthwaite's development, the strengths of his game, as well as his weaknesses, to give you a much better understanding of exactly why United want to sign him. And I'll also tell you exactly how much I think United will offer for him. Where was Branthwaite before he established himself as a starter at Everton last season? Well, he's not the overnight success story that you might have thought. Branthwaite made his debut for Carlisle at just 17, made 14 first-team appearances before Everton signed him in 2020 for £1 million. Everton used the loan system to prepare Branthwaite for the first team, sent him to play for Blackburn in the Championship for half a season, but it was a loan move to PSV in Holland in 2022 that saw him make big strides in his development. Branthwaite has even heaped praise on a Manchester United fan favourite for helping him get better as a player, but we'll get to that later. His time at PSV allowed Branthwaite to play as a centre-back in a ball-dominant team. His time at Blackburn in the Championship tested his defending and physicality. Playing for PSV meant that he was in a more technique-focused league and could put emphasis on developing his ball skills. He even showed a level of positional flexibility as he lined up on the right side as a centre-back in 10 of the 28 games he started that season, despite being left-footed. Branthwaite's development has been managed extremely well as he has progressed up through the different levels of the game and he's passed every test with flying colours so far. He's had the benefit of being relatively under the radar, but after performing so well in the Premier League this season, United have come in for him. And if his quotes whilst away with England are anything to go by, he should have the maturity to deal with any added attention. You just have to keep your feet planted, because if you have one bad game, then everything changes. So keep level-headed, perform to your best, and don't look too far in the future. Let's take a closer look at Branthwaite as an individual. Prior to this season's March international break, Branthwaite became the first player in the Premier League to make more than 100 clearances, more than 50 tackles, and win more than 100 duels this season. Let's focus on the clearances first. Branthwaite is an excellent box defender. He's 6'5" and has the physicality to win pretty much any aerial duel. He tracks the ball well aerially and makes good headed clearances away, but undoubtedly the most impressive aspect of his box defending is the intelligence he shows by often opting to defend the space instead of getting drawn to the ball. And when it comes to duels, hey, he's a monster. He uses his imposing frame to dominate opponents and is aggressive when attempting to win the ball. He's more than comfortable following centre forwards who drop deep and gets in front of them to nick the ball away before they can receive it. He actually ranked third highest amongst centre backs in the Premier League for interceptions this season. Branthwaite isn't just an aggressive front foot defender though. He's equally as impressive when he needs to drop off and act as a cover. He's not been called upon to do that so often as part of Everton's low block, but thanks to being blessed with recovery pace and a massive stride length, he's got all the tools he needs to be elite when defending in a high line. It's not just his natural gifts though. He's always looked to position his body well and be side on, which is something he says was coached into him by a certain Ruud van Nistelrooy at PSV. Speaking about Ruud as a coach, he said he was brilliant for me. He would speak to me about my body shape when defending and the importance of being side on so that I'm always ready to run back or press forwards. So Branthwaite can battle with centre forwards physically and follow them into midfield, win the ball in the air if it's kicked long, and has the recovery pace to defend against any balls played in behind. He sounds pretty much tailor-made to play in a high line. But how good is he at defending wide areas? It's actually one of his biggest strengths. He's agile for his size, and he isn't easily turned. Has the speed and the power to match wide players stride for stride. And perhaps most importantly of all, he's composed and confident when asked to step into those areas. Defending wide is where Branthwaite's tackling ability shines. He's elite when it comes to taking the ball away from dribblers. He combines all of his natural physical gifts with excellent timing in the tackle, and he's a formidable combination as a consequence. He ranks number 1 among centre-backs in the Premier League for dribblers tackled with 37, which is 9 more than the second place Joe Gomez. It can't be overstated enough just how impressive a duel winner he is. In possession, it's a little trickier to make a concrete judgment of Branthwaite at Premier League level due to Everton's direct system, in which he is instructed not to play out from the back. However, at PSV, he did show that he was able to perform well with the ball at his feet, and the differences are drastic. His 41 passes per 90 with a completion rate of 79% is a lot less concerning when you contextualise it and you see that at PSV, he made 58 passes per 90 with a completion rate of 86%. He was able to show his on-the-ball ability in a different system. That being said, Branthwaite needs to improve his ability to progress the ball via line-breaking passes, the sorts that we love seeing from Lisandro Martinez, and penetrating carries if he wants to become top level in possession. The majority of his standout progressive passing comes in the form of long passes down the line on the left. He may not be a progressive weapon, but Branthwaite is calm and composed on the ball and comfortable playing it around at the back. He's also very strong on his non-natural right foot, which opens up passing angles for him and makes him a lot harder to press effectively. This ability to escape in either direction and composure on the ball makes it a lot easier for him to take on and beat a pressing forward. And we all know that we need a player like that at Manchester United. So there are his strengths, but what about the weaknesses of Branthwaite? The only real weakness I'd say he's shown defensively is that sometimes he can be a little bit overzealous, can dive into challenges due to the overall proactiveness of his game. But he's 21, and I'd expect him to improve and get better and develop that and mature as a player, because overall, his natural strengths are there to see. Is he worth £70 million though? That is, well, the £70 million question. People are excited because Branthwaite is a bit of a diamond in the rough at Everton. He's just 21. Strong in the air, reads the game well, can smother centre-backs, marshals wide open spaces with ease. He's a monster defensively, he's a monster in the duel, and he does look beyond his years. In possession, he's not the finished article, but he's got a lot of fundamentals there. And additionally, he's a massive physical presence, and that's something United really need. However, United won't spend 70 million on him. I think United will go in around about the 50 million mark, and maybe push to 55. Bear in mind as well, we have Lisandro Martinez, who is guaranteed to start at left centre-back when fit, and we also need to sign a right centre-back because Varane's left, and maybe Maguire will go if a big offer comes in. But we won't spend 70 million on Branthwaite. If United can get the deal done around about 50 mil and take advantage of Everton's need to balance the books before the 30th of June PSR deadline, then yeah, Branthwaite would be a top-level addition. There's no doubt about it. The age, the profile, the quality he already has, the fact that he will develop, he is already a star. But I guarantee you, if somebody signs Branthwaite this summer, they'd look back on it in a few years' time and they'd say that that price was a bargain, as long as it's around 50 million. And hopefully, that's Manchester United.